my intention and purpose for these videos are to guide and support the collective as we navigate through these difficult times. I always tell you guys to listen with your heart, take in what resonates and leave the rest. And that goes, you know, as far as like you're listening to me or to anybody else that is sharing information. It's very important that we don't take everything in as truth, because one of the main things that is coming in as a message is to remind you guys that although yes, a lot of these people that are doing amazing, you know, work and are constant with bringing information, that a lot of it hasn't happened. And what I mean by that is they're giving information of what could potentially happen because it's part of the plan, like part of the you know, the negative agenda. I don't want to use certain words, so I'll say negative agenda. And so when we hear people that have information that was given to them and they're sharing it with us so that we can prepare, or that we have awareness of what they're intending to do, Creator saying it's important that we remember not to take it in as like it's done, or accepting the outcome, because it hasn't happened yet. And it's up to us to take action, to be proactive in changing that. And the way we could do that is by prayer. When we pray, we influence what their you know, their negative plans are. We've done this several times because a lot of what they've been wanting to do has failed. And I know it's because we continue to be relentless in our prayer. And so that's the main thing. Like, that's one of the messages, is when you're listening to people, don't reshare the information as, okay, this is happening, this is what's going to happen next. For example, you know, certain person stepped down and somebody else is coming in, and it's going to be really bad when they come in. Or you could say certain person stepped down and this other person's potentially going to step in, and if they do, that might not be so good. So let's focus our prayer on changing that outcome. Let's influence that with our prayer. See, so there's a big difference there. One is like you just accepted defeat and you're doing nothing. And the other one is, well, that is what they're intending to do, but we're not going to accept that. And we're going to shift that by coming together and praying and raising vibration and, you know, putting a monkey wrench in their plans. So that's what Creator's saying. Don't forget how powerful prayer is, how powerful you are, because you are you know, you are part of Creator. You're an extension of Creator. And so if you believe in Creator, then you need to believe in your own you know, powers also, that you can will something into being. So don't get stuck in the fear, in the, oh my gosh. And it's not to say that things are not going to potentially escalate, because they probably will. I've also talked about that, because the other thing is we also have to be very present in the reality that we're living in. And I had said, you know, things are going to escalate, but we can be ready so that we're not feeling the impact as strong. And so while, yes, you know, we can have influence, we also want to be smart and prepare if for, you know, in the event that things escalate to a not so pleasant situation. And how do you prepare? Well, through the things that I've said over and over in the past, you know, have provisions, have some money on hand, you know, smaller bills, make sure you have your medicines, your prescriptions filled, Make sure you have, all the things that you would need for, like if you were to go camping. So make sure you have all of that stuff. So there's things that you can do to prepare, but then also, again, you can also be proactive and shift the outcome by raising vibration, because I remind you guys, they cannot thrive in high frequency. That's why they are dependent on keeping us in a fear, in a fear state, because otherwise they can't penetrate. They can't reach us if we're somewhere they're not able to go, basically. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is, when we are praying, what I heard loud and clear is not to ask for a specific candidate, like person, to win, right? So in other words, let's detach our emotions, take the emotions out of what we think is right, because then we're not trusting Creator. That Creator knows what's best for the collective. We want to remove ourselves from the outcome completely and trust and ask Creator to expose everybody that does not have our best interest. This way, we know that everything will be, brought to the light, because like I said before, what they're doing right now is they're scrambling, and they're also retrieving into their, their caves and their cracks and all that stuff of what they know how to do when they know they're being defeated, and they lay low, or they play the part, like they'll pretend that they're doing good now. All of a sudden they saw the light, and they have regrets or all this stuff, because they want to survive. And the only reason why they want to survive is because they want to be able to, however long it takes, retrieve, lay low, and in the background start planning all over again, and then come back when they're strong again. This is why it's been going on forever, because they do this very well, and they are very patient people when it comes to, they don't mind waiting for the right moment to come back and to pretty much start right back where they left off. And the only way that can happen is if there's a few of them that survived. So this is why it's important that we do not let our emotions lead us, and that we ask Creator to clear everybody that does not have our best interest, and trust Creator's plan. So very, very important. This is why from the very beginning, I've never, spoke specifically about any specific person, any specific side. I've always said, I don't know about certain people. I'm on the fence about them, because while they appear to be doing really, really good things, I know the history has really, dark side or dark attachments to the past. And while yes, people can turn a new leaf, and I've also said that I feel maybe they did something wrong to that person, so that person decided to basically turn on them, and or possibly they themselves did have an awakening to where they want to do the right thing now. So there are there are potential reasons, that this person is trying to do the right thing. But again, I don't know fully for sure one way or the other. So I've chosen not to invest myself in any particular one person. From the beginning, my thing has been the children, and I've been praying that they get justified, like justice is served for them, and that everyone involved in their suffering, justice comes to them. And those who are helping them, truly helping them, that they get recognized and elevated and protected. So that's been my thing. So yeah, those things. And then one last thing is, they use numerology, they use the elements, they use the planets to do their evil bidding, right? Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that these things are bad. I've said it over and over. The elements and all the things that I just said are good things. Creator created these things for our benefits to help us, but they happen to use it to do evil stuff, because these things influence, like the energies it has energy. We are all energy. So the energy can transfer, can be manipulated, can be, used to charge something. And they use it, unfortunately, for negative stuff, like to do negative stuff. We can have the same access to these things and utilize it for positive stuff. Some people freak out. No, that's evil. No, you can't do that because that's whatever, witchcraft, blah, blah, blah. That's part of being indoctrinated. That's part of the fear mongering. That's part of you accepting their nonsense onto you to keep you small, so that you don't access your power and your strength and the things that Creator put for us to help us. They do that. They say that it's evil to keep us small. When you realize that, and you realize that we can tap into that energy to do good, things are going to shift tremendously. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, again, they use dates, numbers. Some of you are very aware the Lion's Gate, what is known as the Lion Gate, is coming up, which is August 8th. This year specifically, I was being shown that is a big one, because it's going to be 888, triple eights. So what that means is it's infinite energy. It's whatever we're going to focus on that day, it's going to manifest triple. So I'm asking you to share and prepare and plan for a world prayer manifestation of love, of unity, of just beauty, abundance, clarity, coming together, all the things that we want to envision and see in the world. Please, on August 8th at 8 o'clock, either in the morning, in the evening, or both times, set some time aside and pray, because I'm telling you, they're going to use it, because they don't miss any opportunity to utilize those energies for their negativity. But if we come together, because we're a lot more than they are, we can absolutely influence the outcome of whatever it is that they want to, cause on us. We can come together and basically just shift all of it. So please write that in your calendar. And as always, please, continue sharing the positive information, support each other, utilize all the suggestions that I've given you in the past to help navigate through these times, but also to keep yourself healthy, grounded. And yeah, so I appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening. And I will be more than likely putting together an offering for that day. Might be a meditation or a prayer. I'm not real sure. I don't have clarity yet, but I will be sharing it on my social media page. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Please share in the comments, how you guys are doing. And also like this video, because it really helps circulate and just more people have access to this information. So I appreciate you guys. Until next time.